And we are live. Greetings and salutations, Focus Up family. Welcome to the April 20, 2024 installment of the Focus Up Show. We thank you for tuning in with us live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube and various other platforms, or catching up with us on replay. And we ask that you click that like, the subscribe, that bell, and share to support and maintain your weekly Focus Up fix. I am Mr. Nice Guy, nice as in the word saint spelled backwards. And my co-hosts today are Brother Walk, host of Sex Talk with Walks every Thursday at 9 p.m. We got the infamous El Pooh, star of Spin That Back, Saturday at 10:30 a.m., 30 minutes after this show. And today's show, Spin That Back, what are we covering there, Mr. El Pooh?
Today
Sorry. Yeah, I'll do it for you. We talking about the legacy of Gangstar. So you're talking about Guru. We're going to talk about DJ Premier, inside and outside of the group, but the legacy of what that group has done and what they've contributed to hip hop, and we'll address that then. And we got Mr. Floyd X floating around in the ether, and he'll be on the show. We got to send a special shout out to. We got two people that are missing today. First Lady J, she's taking care of some business, so shout out to our sister. She'll be back, and Brother Charles X, our Minister of Information, he's handling some business, so he'll be back next week as well. So it's gonna be us on us three, and ultimately us four with Mr. Floyd X when he comes on. But let's get to the get. What's going on with you, Brother Walt?
Man, I'm chilling, brother. Man, you said the date, April 20th. 10 days till payday. Yeah. Now I'm out here in LA, Los Angeles, for my buddy. He lost his mother and just came down here to support brother Lil Dave. Love you, brother. He got Dave's Grill. He be cooking. He doing all kind of, things. He get it popping. But rest in peace to Audrey Faye Magruder. I met her 2 times. I met her once as a little kid at Marvin Elementary, just one time. And then the next time was as an adult, like maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks before she passed. But so sincere prayers and respect to the buddy Lil Dave and his entire family. And rest in peace, Annie Faye Magruder.
Absolutely, and we want to stress that little Dave, Big Dave, that's the brother who does the smoke and grill that we promote every now and then. So check out and support his great cuisine, his barbecue that he sets up here and there. So we'll be advertising and promoting that as well. But rest in peace to his mother. You can always judge a tree by its fruit, and that's a solid stand-up brother. So I think that tells me that she was a stand-up awesome human being herself. So that's what's up.
Right.
So
you ain't asked me how I'm doing today.
I was
I'm
getting
doing
ready
all
to
right.
ask
I'm
you.
doing okay. Yes, sir. I'm doing okay. Blessed and happy to be here. And let me set the record straight. It is 4:20, so don't mind me. I'm about to smoke and chill.
See, somebody brought it up. I knew somebody. I thought you were gonna bring it up when you said the date.
Oh, I forgot. I don't even
Yeah,
smoke.
exactly.
I might take a toke today. I don't even smoke. I might
Hey,
take a toke.
hey,
Oh, I'm
pass
back rapping. I'm
pass
back.
it over. Pass it over, El Poo.
I know.
Hey, said how you do? Hey, here you go, walk. There's right there.
I don't even know how to fake smoke weed no more.
I know. See, this is what happened with Mr. Floyd X ain't around.
Yeah.
Hey,
Or
brother.
First Lady J.
What's happening, brother? Got that cheaper.
But yeah, let's start with in the news. What we got in the news? First up, let's see. We're gonna have Israel versus Iran. Now I'll be doing the reads because First Lady ain't here. But so Iran accused Israel of bombing its diplomatic complex in Syria in Israel's retaliatory war against Hamas, sparked by Hamas's October 7, I believe, 2023 attack on Israel, more than 300 projectiles, including around 170 drones and 120 ballistic missiles, were fired toward Israel in an immense aerial attack last Sunday. However, 99% of the projectiles were intercepted by Israel's aerial defense systems and its allies, according to the Israeli military, with only a small number reaching Israeli territory. So Israel, in response, launched missiles on Iran early Friday in a retaliatory strike it had promised and that Western leaders had sought to temper following Iran's attack on Israel. So, you know,
This
this
is
is
so juicy. This is
go ahead.
so juicy. This may be the kickoff to World War III. Like this is how it normally starts. Well, not normally because we ain't had World War III, but this is America too. We being real political with this. It's just like with North Korea. It's like, oh yeah, they got nukes. They doing all kind of shit, but wait, chill out. They got nukes, and this is what's going on right now. Going on right now because Iran, that was definitely an act of war, straight up. But we be in politics like, they got nukes over there. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's gonna happen with this, but guess what? We have no control over none of it.
Big facts. And you talk about nuclear. That's the big reason why a lot of the Republicans and Israel don't want to make it easy for Iran to have nuclear. They want nuclear power just for the sake. They're arguing that they want nuclear power just for the sake of stepping into modern times and stuff like that. There's just great benefits to running off of nuclear power, but a lot of people are worried about them getting nuclear weapons because they think they might do something kind of like they did, last Sunday. But the thing about it was what they did Sunday was kind of like a show.
Mhm.
And it really didn't do damage, and it was really a response to the fact that if you destroy their embassy, that's basically Iran's soul. If you have an American embassy in some other country and someone fires on it, that's technically firing on American soul. So they have a beef to they have a legitimate reason to respond, and the fact that nothing really happened, that's where you let sleeping dogs lie. You don't want to sit here and aggravate this. Sometimes you want to give a person a win just so they shut up and sit their ass down. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about having a pissing contest and something resulting in some real damage. So I mean, again, I know that Biden was trying to tamper this down, and Netanyahu, or however you pronounce his name, he's basically the Trump of Israel, and he ain't trying to have it. So it is what it is. But let me read Charles X's comments. His first comment, what was it? So Iran showed the world its power. Iran's actions were self-defense. So they were self-defense. I don't know how much power they showed when 99% of your stuff gets shot down. But he said only the colonizers don't want Iran get nukes. If Iran's threatening to wipe out Israel, I mean, I think they have a legitimate ground to not want them to have nukes. If your homeboy, if your enemy is saying that they don't want you to exist and they're gonna kill you, you do have an interest in saying, like, I don't want them to have the means to do that. But again, I'm not gonna be sitting there arguing for Israel. I'm not gonna be arguing for Iran. You look like you got something to say there, Mr. Elpoo.
All I got to say is this: it seems like the perfect time to have World War III right now.
Yeah, well,
You got what's going on in the Middle East right there. You got the Soviet Union doing what they doing. They making threats. You got China making big threats to take Taiwan. The Soviet Union is Soviet Union, Russia. I'm sorry, Russia, which they might turn over the placard. They might say the Soviet Union because that's what they really want to be. They want to go back to. They want Russia to be great again. Go back to the Soviet Union.
Russia's in the war right now.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm saying China's threatening to go to war. Well, not even go to war, just invade Taiwan and bring it back to the fold of the mainland. If they do
basically the Ukraine situation. Yeah, exactly. So that was one of the reasons why they allegedly inserted themselves into the Ukraine situation, was to also discourage that activity. But Americans probably shouldn't be trying to be the world police. Go ahead.
if the Ukraine was part of the UN, that would have set it off for World War III.
I want to say this.
So hold on, but at the same time, if China goes into Taiwan, I think Taiwan is part of the UN. Am I correct?
That I don't know.
Let's end it on this.
If they go in,
you ain't saying shit, nigga.
I am saying something, bro. I'm saying
it's
perfect time for the bottom line is it seems like it's perfect time for World War III because actually at the same time the U.S. is so divided Democrats, Republicans. You got people like Marjorie Taylor Greene parroting Russian propaganda, allegedly, which is really true, to be honest. And you got all this little shit going on. Man, look, the United States is, and then you got these people talking about breaking up the United States, or even, let's say, demolishing the UN. If they demolish the UN, you got people like Russia and China and all these other countries like that. They can do whatever the hell they want to do, for real.
Yeah.
I apologize for that, Mr. F. But I do want to say this, which I'm going to be correct on this. If Trump was in office, this wouldn't happen.
No, I know exactly. You know why? Yeah, okay.
I say my shit and run. I'm out of here.
Yeah, because we'd probably be all destroyed by now. That's the dude that was threatening to use nuclear weapons on Mexico for cartels. It's like, hey, bruh, no one has launched a nuclear weapon since what happened in Japan. Well, no, Japan, yeah, exactly. It's no one has done. Just think about that. Hasn't been done since Japan, dude. So let's chill back. The whole purpose of that is deterrence. But let's move on to you speak of the devil and the subject shall arise. Mr. Trump has got this hush money trial situation going on. You know what? Sorry, I've got ahead of myself. Let me read the read. So former President Donald Trump is on trial in Manhattan for his alleged role in hush money scheme to silence his alleged mistresses, plural, before the 2016 election. No former U.S. president has ever faced criminal prosecution. The alleged mistresses are a former adult film actress and a Playboy model. So 12 jurors and 6 alternates have been selected, and trial will begin Monday. I'll say this. Look, the bottom line is you got your trial, Mr. Trump, President Trump. Just defend it. Just beat it. That's really all you got to do. I understand that you don't want to be exposed to trial. We know how trials can go funny. Trials have definitely gone funny for Black people for a very long time. But your greatest defense is defending yourself in trial. So the trial itself is not the oppression. It's how it plays out. But Mr. Floyd X, you popped up. I'm assuming you got something you want to say.
Yeah. Donald Trump, all his fans and his supporters are saying he's being persecuted. I read this somewhere. It's not an original thought. They say he's being persecuted, but in actuality, he's being prosecuted. So stop trying to act like he's some kind of saint or doing the right thing, because when I did my research on it and you dig into it, you can see the schemes and the things where they was giving the hush money, and why this trial is going forward is because the owner, let me pull this picture up. It's Mr. Pecker here, David Pecker. He's the owner. Huh?
Rat. Rat. He's the owner. Gunner. That's Gunner. Go ahead.
He was the CEO of one of the companies, the parent company of the Inquirer magazine. And they have a routine. They have this thing they call Catch and Kill, where they bought the Karen McDougal. She had a story on Trump. She took $150,000 or $130,000. They bought her to write her story. Then they killed it and put it away. So that's one of the things he's being accused of. It's like 34 counts. And then with the Stormy Daniels, the same thing. They buy the rights to the story and then they kill it. They don't want to tell the story. They just want it to go away, because he, especially becoming president, if they would have held out, they probably could have asked for more money. Or if they was dealing with the Clintons, they would have been dead by now.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Hey, in the famous words of Eddie Griffin, I want my president fucking. Yeah, I want my president getting put. That's what he said about Bill Clinton 20-something years ago when he was going against for the second election. That's what I want my president. He just a real nigga like me. And check this out. I was persecuted, prosecuted, and all that shit. I was looking at a 20-year deal. That was the deal this prosecutor was trying to get me. If that would have happened, I wouldn't have had my 2 last children, my daughter and my son. Guess what? Free Trump.
Elpo, you got something to say about
Trump
this?
Is free already.
I know, dude. He's
photo
just
op,
being.
nigga.
Yeah, I got something.
He said photo op.
Y'all know they can't have cameras or anything, audio, nothing of the trial, but they can have sketch artists up in the courtroom. So the first day of the trial, one of the sketch artists Trump, it's alleged that Trump said, "I have the perfect defense," and the sketch artist drew this.
Sit down. No one has asked you to try on the glove. Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And you notice
Yeah,
how
all
little
right.
his hands are and how big the glove is.
I know one of the you know they had the jury selection and one of the dismissed juror they asked how does Trump look? And what she said she said he looks a little less orange.
Ouch.
That's what she said. It was funny when I heard it.
Hey,
Let me
you know,
ask you guys, could you imagine being summoned for jury trial for this case? Y'all know how huge that is. Just they're interviewing people who went in there and got rejected. Like that's kind of this is unprecedented right here. No
well,
pun.
it's definitely unprecedented because no president has, stood this trial, former president. But I mean, also, this is scary for them because, if you're a person that if you support Trump, you're not in any threat of being like harassed really probably and I won't say that, but it's nothing like you're exposed to if you're actually coming out against him. So if you get exposed as far as who's on this jury, I mean you're going to get pressured. Some dangerous stuff. So I mean this is not for the weak of mind. When all those people are saying that yeah I can't, I'm not a fair or impartial, that's a lot of them saying I don't want this smoke. I mean I'm sure that some people feel that, but I mean as an intelligent person you should be able to say like, look, this is what I've heard, this is what I've been told, but I'm gonna just put all that to the side and honestly assess this situation. Now I
But is
understand a lot
that
of people.
true?
I
Can
understand
you
a lot of.
really do
I
that?
can, of course, I can do that. Of course,
No,
I
no
can do
one
that.
can actually do that. Like
Of course, they can do
people,
that. Of
listen,
course, they can do that.
listen. People say that. You say that, but you have deep down biases. That's just what happens in life. That's just what happens in life. Not saying that will affect your decision, but you have that in your heart. Like this nigga. Okay, well, I'm.
He just said affect your
Hold on.
decision. That's all that
Here's the thing.
matters.
Here's the thing. Nobody knows what they'll do under the amount of pressure. None of us, or most people, never experience crank callers, life-threatening calls, and all these. Most people don't experience that. So I mean, to go to these to be selected for these juries, you don't know what you're in for. You know what I'm saying? And Mr. Nice Guy, if he feel like he can withstand it, he probably can. But
I'm
only
not talking about withstanding
I
that.
probably can.
Wait. I wasn't talking
From
about
ground
withstanding.
to the roof.
No.
making
I was talking about being a
Maybe.
fair.
fair.
Let me speak. I'm talking about making a fair assessment of, a non-emotional, detached, logical, rational
You
assessment.
ain't a
of
robot, my nigga. You
No,
know.
I agree with what Mr. Nice Guy is
Yeah,
saying.
it's easy for me. Hey, I'm telling you. I'm just saying
If
it's easy
if
for
you
me.
are a rational person, you may have an opinion about something, but if you're looking at the evidence might sway your opinion.
Exactly. And the thing about it is this: I've defended him on this show. Okay, so I've defended that when the whole Supreme Court decision. I'm telling you that they got it absolutely correct when they were talking about the federal versus the state. The state shouldn't be determining the federal type of dynamic. So I'm just saying that I don't have a problem defending this. I've said this many times on the show. There's a lot of things that Trump has done that was right. I don't have a problem with saying that. But on that same note, I can also say that, hey, there's some things he did wrong. I can say that about anybody. I can say that about you. That don't mean I don't respect you. That don't mean I don't love you. But I mean, the bottom line is you my dude. But if you were to sit there and be touching on some female, some little kid or something like that, I'm not going to just be looking the other way. I'm just be like, hey, you did it and it was wrong. And I would convict your ass. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So I'm just saying it has nothing to do. I'm just saying that some people can be responsible enough to just look at the facts. You know what I'm saying? So again, because I don't want to get too much in that, but that's where it is. So as far as depression, all that stuff, I wouldn't want none of that smoke. I wouldn't want none of that.
Mr. Tony Boyd asked the question, what did Trump do right?
He built up the military. He built up Americans' power. There was a lot of technology that wasn't really up to date. So he made sure that a lot of the people had the highest weapons and systems and stuff like that. So he actually did replenish some things and build some things up. You can say what you want to say about the wall. I understand that he made it a big political thing, but the bottom line is it does have some use. So I'm just saying that
hold on, Mr. Walk. What do you have in your system that you got to get out? Come on, get it out for us.
No, we've been on this for 5 minutes. We got a whole bunch of stuff to get to, man. And like this is turning into the Sunday talk show. You know what I mean? Like this ain't depressed.
We
we were,
just hitting
All right.
topics. Let's keep it easy. We
and
gonna move
and,
forward. We gonna
and
go.
I'm
and we were
standing up.
responding,
God damn it. I'm standing up.
and we were responding to the people. There was a particular comment that was asked, so But
Yeah.
yeah, let's flip on. So on that note,
Hey,
on Trump,
I apologize to the Focus Up Show. Y'all know how I get. I'm animated. I'm passionate. Let's get to the get. But yo, I apologize to the entire casting call right here.
hey, Tony Boyd, if you're saying that if you
No, I'm
don't
not
believe
apologizing.
if you don't believe listen, if you don't if you don't believe in abortion, what he did was right by overturning Wade versus whatever. I mean, the fact of the matter, if you're on that side, if you're that pro-life or whatever, he did something that those people like and appreciate. So that's what it is. I mean, to say that he hasn't had any impact, he's absolutely had some impact, and not all of it is terrible. Nobody's all terrible, but that's really not the point.
Real quick. If y'all got something to say, I'm giving an open invitation. If you want to speak on something, the link is in the comments. Come on the show and talk your talk.
Hey, if you trying to move the subject along, that's probably not going to do it the way that you. But the reason why we should move over to the Stephen A, because this is dealing directly with this. Stephen A. Smith. Let me get the read. ESPN host Stephen A. Smith called out liberals directly for pursuing criminal trials against former President Trump, saying they are scared they can't beat him on the issues. Smith made the comments during the Tuesday episode of the Stephen A. Smith Show, which was also day 2 of the Trump trial over the hush money case with porn star Stormy Daniels. And this is my point. This is an insult. This is basically taking a position that there's nothing there, that this dude actually didn't commit something at least enough to prosecute. And I'm just saying that it's actually there. It's not a function of just making this up just to create political problems. I mean, if you want to talk about creating smoke and for political problems, that's what this whole Hunter Biden situation is. So to me, this is one of those. Stephen A. is a person that I do respect him as a sports guy. But he's a guy that's definitely walked the line of Uncle Tom way too many times for me. And this is one of these situations where you're just basically giving them fuel and giving them excuse, giving them a smoke screen for the fact that, look, this dude is literally at least subject to scrutiny about this stuff.
I can't believe Stephen A. Smith said that. Are you sure we got the same Stephen A. Smith, or is just Stephen Smith? No, I'm just saying that was a joke. Anyway, but no. Stephen A. said that, so he's trying to get his black privileges back and all that. He's a C word, not a crip. He's a coon. But he said that, and he is right on that one. Rocking and rolling, baby. 1 point for Stephen A. Smith. You got 1,000 more to get to.
Yeah, that's not getting you any black points talking about that. You're literally you're making that article is from Fox News. You ain't doing the black people's mission. You're basically maybe not as far as Whitlock, but you're on that path. So that's what's up. You got something to say about this?
Certified liberal right there.
No, I ain't got nothing to say about Stephen A. Let's move.
Yeah, exactly.
Man,
So
let me say something. I think I tolerate Stephen A. Smith, but he do be on that fence of cooning, and he pisses me off sometimes. But I believe that he is slowly acquiring his black voice as he moves towards his independent show on the internet right now. Hopefully, he'll be a complete advocate of black people once he gets under the foot of the white man. He'll be a completely free to talk freely. That's what I'm hoping for, but my fingers are crossed on him.
Well, he might as well have Candace Owens as a co-host then, huh?
Oh, yeah. But she's trying to be black too. But go ahead.
My point exactly, brother.
He's trying to once they utilize you for all they got out you, then they got to push you out. Now he got to come back to the black community. That's why he's trying to change his tone. That's why Candace Owens changed her tone. They know they're already being shunned from those from the Fox and all that stuff. That's just what happened. They use you for what they can, and then they get rid of your black ass.
Candace Owens ain't running the black people. She is dug into her position. She is dug into her position. She knows who her audience and what it is. I'm just saying that she ain't running to black
When's the last time you listened to Candace
What's,
Owens?
What's sad?
When I talked when
She
I
was on
was
Fresh
when I
and
was just
Fit.
when I was
Listen,
no when, you
what's
said ask me a question. You want me to answer the question?
No.
Okay, so the last time, you know what? Fine, then I won't. Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
No,
look,
no, go
look,
ahead.
look. What's sad about the Candace Owens situation is that black people particularly are falling for it, thinking that she's coming back or she's falling. Just like I just made a mistake with Stephen A. Thinking that he's going to come back. Got to get out that mind state, Mr. Floyd X. Correct yourself. Fuck Stephen A. Smith.
Wow.
And
You
I will
grew
say
right
this.
before us. Wow.
And hey, and I support that, and I think you're right about that. And again, I think those people are digging into where they are, and just because they address some opinions that might bleed over into opinions that you believe, that ain't an issue that they're migrating to you. That's just an issue that you guys have a mutual position on something. So I mean,
Yes.
that's where it is. But we got after that we got DeRay McKesson. So let's talk about this, brother. Sorry, that was me. Too many people pressing. So, in the Supreme Court on Monday, allowed a lawsuit to go forward against a Black Lives Matter activist who led a protest in Louisiana in which a police officer was injured. Civil rights groups and free speech advocates have warned that the suit threatens the right to protest. The justices rejected an appeal from DeRay McKesson in a case that stems from a 2016 protest over the police killing of a Black man in Baton Rouge. At the protest in Baton Rouge, an officer was hit by a rock-like
Baton Rouge.
object thrown by an unidentified protester, but he sued McKesson in his role as the protest organizer. So again, he wasn't the person that threw the rock at this cop. All he did was organize a protest. Something bad happened at the protest, and now they're basically holding him accountable for it. And to me, this is hypocritical. This is kind of like a flip side of the argument that the anti-argument that you're making when you're saying that, hey, Trump incited this situation. Bad things happen. He wasn't the one that told you to go he wasn't the one that made them beat up cops and bust down windows and try to hang Mike Pence and stuff like that, but he incited it. But then the question is, is he the person who incited the situation not accountable? But this guy who literally just organized a basic protest, this is things that people do. Go ahead. What were you about to say?
First, two things. First of all, adjust your mic because you keep popping when you're talking.
Sorry.
Right?
Okay.
The second thing, where the hell are you from? Tennessee? Why do you keep saying Baton Rouge?
I don't know. That's Louisiana. I don't know
It's
nothing.
Baton Rouge, baby. Baton Rouge. It's Baton Rouge. It's Baton Rouge.
It's French. It's French. It is Baton Rouge.
It's Baton Rouge, not Baton Rouge. It's Baton Rouge. We're in Baton Rouge. Not Baton Rouge. Come on, man. Just want to correct that. And then back to Mr. DeRay McKesson. They're gonna suppress black voices any way they can. Anybody that's standing up, they look for reasons to shut them down and shut them out. And the powers that be gonna do what the powers that be do to keep their power. So it comes as no surprise what they're doing to this brother. And if we can support whatever way we can support, I'm up for it.
But here's the thing. Okay, nice guy, you made a comparison to the Trump situation, the January 6th incident. Here's the difference. Trump wasn't there. Was Mr. Keston there? He was there. He was there. Stuff went down on your watch. That'll be like somebody come to my house, I'm having a party, and then a baby get kicked in the face. That's on my watch. Yo, bro, I messed up here. But now, if he get prosecuted, that's going to be case law. That's why they trying to start this. This is new. This is unprecedented. Once again, no pun intended. So that's when they just trying to set up stuff for the future.
Mr. Wall, can I ask you one question, though, brother? Didn't Trump say, we're going to walk down to the Capitol, we are going to do all this and that, and you got to fight like hell? Didn't he say that?
We gonna get high today. It's 420. But am I gonna get high? No, I'm not. I'm not with you.
You said Trump wasn't there, but he did organize it. He said we are going to go and do all this.
He
tried to go.
America.
He definitely.
I'm gonna meet you there.
He would tell you today that he wanted to go. He said if I was there, it wouldn't have went down like that. He wanted to go. He admits this.
Hey,
want him to go.
Our brother Charles X said it's past time for our community to adopt new strategies and tactics. I'm assuming that he's talking about protesting, that we got to adopt new tactics and quit with the protesting. If that's what he means, I agree with that.
Amen. I do too.
And because they're adjusting their strategies, that's why they're trying to prosecute this brother. I'm not saying what he did was right or wrong, but I basically said earlier, it's like they're trying to get a new case law study to be like, okay, if we can convict him, we can use this in future trials or future cases to convict the next person or something
No,
like
what
that.
we trying to say is the exact opposite. Why you can't convict Trump? Why you the same way that you're doing this young man right here? That's what
It's
we.
Trump.
Again,
Oh,
that was
no,
a that was a
okay,
good
so,
point.
okay.
Walk made a great point, and that's right. It's Trump. I mean, that's really what it's come down to. He can bother the line, do whatever he wants, and he's not gonna. Those people that support him are never gonna hold him accountable to anything. And it's all right to say that, look, my guy is right on A, B, and C, but he's wrong on D and E. They refuse to do that, and that to me is disingenuine. But we've probably spoken enough about that. But again, on your point about him being there, you got to understand something. A walk. If you have a function that you don't have like way too many people in there or whatever, just a basic function. If someone comes in there, does something, it's that person that's responsible for it. You're not responsible just because you had a birthday party and somebody shows up and shoots people. It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a function of, if you have a birthday party and it's way beyond capacity and it's unsafe circumstances, then you'll have some exposure. But just him being there is not the issue. The fact of the matter that somebody threw a rock or something, it's ridiculous because it flies in the face of protests. Because now anything that happens at a protest, just because a person organizes, say, hey, let's go do this. Hey, let's go have a Focus Up show live where we go to some event and something, some dude just kicks a baby, and all of a sudden, we're responsible, and it's just some dude kicking a baby. It doesn't work like that. So I mean, it depends. If you're organizing something and you didn't organize it right, then yes, you're going to be exposed. But this was an individual detractor going off script and doing something crazy, and when that happens, that person will be the person that's liable, generally not just the person just organizing a protest. A protest is fundamentally what this country is supposed to be about. But anyways, let's go on. Let's speak about the Lakers. Lakers is in the playoffs. So yeah, that's what's up. A lot of haters been talking about, some people on this panel right now may have written them off and given up on them, particularly that guy Walk. But and El Poo, no names. But yeah, the bottom line is you got to be in it to win it. And they've got their way up to the 7th seed. They're gonna be playing the champs. And that's the thing about it. We're not playing for participation trophies. We're playing to win it, and we're gonna find out what's what. That's why they play the game. So we're not running away from the Denver Nuggets.
I would.
Congratulations to the Lakers for playing hard enough to make sure that Zion Williamson get an injury and allow us to make it to the playoffs. Good job, Lakers. Good job.
I'm gonna definitely give them their props. I would love to have This is pause. Egg on my face, because I've been gave up on the Lakers like a few months ago. It's like, they playing crappy. The squad is weak. But I'm like, okay, they made it to the playoffs. I hope they win the championship. But if they don't, okay, it's time for LeBron to go. I mean, I'm a big LeBron fan, straight up. You know what I'm saying? And then I heard that his son, Bronny, is about to be recruited to the WNBA.
Ouch. And there goes the walk-off.
Hey, go El Poo, you got something? Why Big Cuz keep leaving?
He probably having computer issues over there.
Hey, fix your computer issue. I want to bring you on the show, but never mind now.
I ain't got much to say. I just want to say go Lakers. I did count them out a few weeks ago, but I've been checking them out. They've been balling. They've been doing their thing, and they looking good. Most of them, most of the time, but they've been having too many close games. They gotta get it together. But hey, I'm still an LA Laker to the heart. I love LA. This is my team. I bleed purple until football season.
So that's what's up. So we've covered all that stuff. It's time for the commercial break.
Yeah,
Mr. Footex.
Yes. Let's do some commercials.
sir. Gave me my whole intro, didn't you? Huh?
Tune in to the Spin That Back featuring Mr. El Pooh and Mr. Nice Guy and Walk every most Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. They talk hip hop. They live hip hop. They bring you back, remind you of the days of yesterday when hip hop was popping, the 80s and the 90s, the early 90s. Remember that time? Remember hip hop back in the day when you used to rip open the tape to hear the music and you smell that fresh CD smell and you read the credits and you pop that CD in a CD player and you start bumping it. Come on, remember the time, man. Watch Spin That Back. That's what you're gonna get when you go to Spin That Back.
Salute. Yes, facts.
Where we at the next one?
Hey, this week got something special. She was on the show last Saturday. She's going to be on the Sex Talk with Walt. We have a nice subject. I'm going to say for a surprise. I ain't going to lie. I kind of forgot. But it's going to be good. Sex Talk with Walt. Thursday, 9 p.m. Going down.
The Love Guru.
The Love Guru.
Love Guru. We talking about Guru on Spin That Back. And you said it, nice guy. Paul. I mean, I told you. I'm putting that in there. I'm putting it in there.
Let me pull this flyer up real quick.
What up, Kai?
This is a sister that supports our show. She sent us that in the message, so I'm going to shout it out. It's a free community barbecue, April 21st at 11. So that's tomorrow. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. in Lancaster at the address is 2822 East Avenue I. So if you are in the Lancaster area, y'all know that's the desert. That's what's in the background. My background picture is the desert.
Hey, Mr. Lancaster. It looks like it says 11 a.m.
11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Yeah, I was gonna clarify that. 11 a.m. You said 3 p.m. like it's gonna start at 3 p.m. He's gonna have everybody going when it's done.
Oh, that's cold.
So 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Correction. 11 a.m. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. If you are in the desert, Lancaster, Palmdale area, go check them out. Check them out. The sister, she does good community work, and she's always out there bringing people. They got the voices of the youth, the veterans, the little people. I can't read that. It's too small for me. But y'all got the flyer. Y'all want the address, just rewind the show, and y'all can check it out.
And if y'all on CP time, that's 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Go ahead.
All right. And now let me go to the next one real quick. Let me shout out which flyers. Oh shit, my shit ain't acting right. Okay. The Score Bar. Damn, I'm getting old. I can't read shit. 7123 Franklin Boulevard. They got Wings Wednesday. Then they got Sunday brunch. They got Sunday brunch tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's if you in the Sacramento area. Go out to the Score Bar, 11 o'clock tomorrow. They got Sunday brunch. They got some waffles, chicken and waffles, and some other items on the menu. The food is bomb. I've had the food. It's great food. So go check them out. Oh, shout out to Mr. Corey Zek. Haven't seen you in a minute, brother. Glad you tuning back into us. Let me bring that back up. He says, howdy and cheers. Shout out to Corey Zek.
Hey, and speaking about the scoreboard one more time, and piggybacking off Corey Zek, howdy and cheers. I will make my triumphant return to Sacramento. We going there. I hope you're listening, buddy. We're going there to watch the Canelo fight. Drinks on you, brother. Salute.
Cool.
Not
Yeah,
this
you just
brother,
said cool.
you too.
All right. And then we gotta get back to our brother. Still an old commercial, but I've asked for new pictures so I could do an update. I haven't received anything, so until then, we'll just run this one. La Brea Trucking, transport from cross country, city to city, state to state. Call and hit him up if you need something transported. He does military contracts. He does civilian contracts. He does it all. If he could fit on the trailer, he'll haul that mug with a dually. He got a dually that he'll drag that shit from state to state for you. Hit him up. Good
Brother
prices
gets
too.
brother gets it in, Paul, straight up, because I see like when he pulled up on me, he had a helicopter wing, just one propeller. And straight up, yeah, running it. Salute to my brother. Salute to my brother, LeBray Trucking.
All right. And lastly, here go Big Cuz again, but let's get this one more commercial.
Y'all ain't blind.
The Focus Up Show every Saturday at 9 a.m. We've been doing this for almost 4 years now. Committed team. We got a strong team. Mr. Walk, Mr. Nice Guy, El Pooh. Can't forget the First Lady. She been ride or die. We've been doing this for 4 years now. We're gonna keep it going. I just want to give a shout out to the Focus Up team, and I want to give a special thank you to you brothers also for continuing to do the work. We trying to build something here. This is Black Media. We trying to build something here. We are a team. We got El Pooh handling the production. When you hear those nice ass beats, it's either by him or myself, and the beats in the background. That last one from the Spin That Back, that was one, just another one of El Pooh killer ass beats, because you know he does production also. EP3, shout out to EP3 Productions. And then we got Mr. Nice Guy, who works hard on the boards and makes shit happen. I thank you, Mr. Nice Guy, for all your hard work, because that it gives me time to focus in, and I want to promote the apparels page, the Focus Up, our items you want to purchase and support. Go to our website. Commercials coming next week. We're gonna start promoting our stuff that you could buy if you want to support the show. We're gonna have some Spin That Back t-shirts, some Focus Up t-shirts, some Sex Talk with Walk t-shirts. If you want to support any shirt, any one of us, any business, you could go to the website and purchase. That's the best way to show your support. We thank y'all. Focus Up Show, Black owned media. Let's real quick, let's bring on Big Cuz. Welcome Big Cuz to the show.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Nice and clear. Nice and clear.
Oh, okay. I think I finally figured it out. But
All
hey,
right.
continue with the show. I'll jump
right.
in when I can.
All right, so let's get to the topics. I hear some type of little echo going on.
Are we good?
Okay, so first topic up is we got Caitlin Clark. We're gonna talk about pay equity.
Well, before we go, let me just hit the comment. Let me hit the comments because we got our brother Corey Zek. He says, "Sick transitions. Feel like I was watching the movie." Okay, I think he's talking about the commercials. Thank you, brother. And then he says, "El Pooh is MVP." So shout out to El Pooh. I guess he's a favorite because the beats you make is killer beats. And I don't know what that. I can't even see that. But we move to the next one. Salute to the pioneers of the Focus Up Show. That's Brother Charles X. You know, he's the latest addition to the Focus Up Show. Thank you, Brother Charles X. We greatly appreciate your input. We hear that little screeching and echoing coming from Big Cuz. If you could turn your speaker down a little bit. And Mr. Nice Guy, where was we at, brother?
Okay, so we're gonna talk about Caitlin Clark. So Caitlin Clark, who is the college women's basketball phenom that went number one in the NWBA draft just last week, And a lot of discussion has been about the fact that her in WNBA salary is only going to be about 70 something thousand, less than $80,000 a year, as opposed to NBA players that make a whole lot more, even the scrubs. But I will say that one thing you got to look at is the whole picture, because she has brought so much attention to the game. I mean, just think about it. The women's college basketball did better numbers than the men's basketball. So she has been bringing eyeballs to the table. So and that's really what your worth is when people are assessing why this person makes this and why this person makes that, and your skill set. And she's got that sort of like Steve Curry game for the women's game. But the thing about it is she's getting big promotional offers that kind of counter that 70 whatever thousand. We know that Ice Cube offered her like 5 million to play like however many games in the Big Three before the WNBA season started. We know that she turned down I guess Steph Curry was trying to get her with Under Armour, but she turned that down. She's close to a real big deal with Nike, so she's
Come
going to
on.
be making a whole
Let's
bunch of
go.
money.
Let's
So,
go.
that's the thing about
Come
it. When
on.
you're talking about her salary, there's
Come
going to be a
on.
whole lot of money coming in it. And there's a reason why, women's basketball don't command what men's basketball does, because they
Come
don't draw.
on, man.
So that's what's up. What you got to say?
Try to interrupt. Hold on. Let me let Big Gus get it out first. I got a lot to say on this, and I'll tie up all the time. Come on.
Kind of breaking up there. Trying to let you talk, and then it seems like a Jesus take the wheel moment.
Oops.
And then it looks
Yeah.
like
Big Cuz, I think you muted. I think you muted,
Yeah.
Big Cuz.
You was.
Unmute yourself.
Okay. I'm muted.
Unmute yourself,
Unmute him.
Big
Now,
Gus.
you're not. He's not muted now. You were talking. You were unmuted. I mean,
Okay.
you were muted. Now you're unmuted.
Yeah. But the reason athletes, the athletes that make money are the ones that get endorsements. And I think that's where Mr. Nice Guy was going. That's where your money really comes in, with endorsements. Okay. So, I mean, because, and I'm sure you guys will agree with me, the the WNBA is subsidized by the NBA. So nobody's going to watch women play basketball. Okay? Their money's going to come in with endorsements. And she's not the best female college basketball player. That's just a story that they tell you. Carry
Well,
on.
she's the most popular, and she's generating the
Yeah,
most
she's the
money.
most
But
popular
wait, hold on.
today.
She would not be effective in a Big Three game. Like for real. She's 2? These dudes is like 6'4", 6'7", and they slamming and they're strong as hell. So I'm saying, but it was just a good offer. I don't think it was a genuine offer. I don't think Ice Cube meant it.
A
I
big
think
singing offer.
I think he did it just to do it, just to get some popularity for his sport.
Huh?
That's what I'm saying with the Big
What
Three.
is it?
I'm muting
Hey,
him.
Mr. Walk. Mr.
Yeah.
Walk. Mr. Walk.
Go ahead.
I didn't. Walk,
Get him. Get just a script. But that's what I'm saying though. But Caitlyn Jenner,
Damn it, man.
she is a Caitlyn Jenner. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Hey, they had a jump that said that. I bet you. Caitlyn Clark, she is a good fit, and that's why she went straight to the WNBA, because she knew that it was. I think it was yes,
Why not
but
just
she knows
mess with my hand?
she would generate with endorsements like my cousin Tony X and you, Nice Guy, was saying that she will generate more endorsements, and she will probably make more money. I think she's gonna make more money in the WNBA. I think so, with her endorsement, because she's a sweetheart. She's a white woman, like some of these brothers like.
All right, so it seems like we're losing a bunch of people. So I will just comment on this. When you guys come back in, just come on back in. But you say that she doesn't have anything to offer to the Big Three. I've said that obviously she's not going to be posting anybody up, but anybody can set a screen and she gets open. She's a great shooter. And in the Big Three, I think they have a 4-point shot. So there's she can contribute. But I mean, you're right. It'll be a spectacle, but that's all this is anyway. So I mean, I've known. Hey, when I think about when I was back at Hamilton and going to pasture, you have people, guys and females, playing basketball and compete. I remember a sister Barbara. I always forget her last name, but I mean, she was bodying dudes. So I mean, I understand at the highest level, females not going to be very competitive with a dude at the highest level, but there's other levels, and it's just basketball is going to be basketball, going to be entertaining, and I mean, even if she just gets destroyed, it's going to be something to watch, just because it'll be like a train wreck. I mean,
I
what I'm
don't think
saying?
she would do that to her career. That would be silly to go out there and play with men and just get totally destroyed and look stupid. Like, I don't think that would be a good idea. That's why she took that #1 draft pick. Angel Reese came 7th, which I think Angel Reese should have at least been 2nd or 1st. But, it happens.
But again, she's playing against old dudes, so it's not she's playing about dudes in their prime and stuff like that. So I'm just saying it. You ain't able to do what
not me.
Hey, listen. My computer messing up. Look, catch me up. Y'all saying she playing against old dude? What y'all talking about?
That's what Nice Guy said when she played.
I'm saying if she were to play in the big 3, she would be playing against young black dudes. She'd be playing against old black dudes.
Now, do they got women teams on the big 3?
I don't know.
Bronny James.
That's cold. No, they have. I believe they have women teams on the big 3, and I think the whole point of Ice Cube making her that offer, it was not a realistic offer, right? $5 million. You know why? Because the Nike already had a $20 million deal on the table, and I know most of us don't think or assume that Nike and WNBA is 2 different entities. They're not. Nike is heavily invested into the WNBA. They're not going to allow. They're not going to allow for Ice Cube to pull a top player out of college, and when they can pull it, that whatever she's only making like $80,000 a year. We get that, but it's not about that. She's going to make more overall because of Nike. They are heavily invested in the WNBA, and as we know, as Ice Cube explained, the NBA and the WNBA, they all trying to suppress and kill his business. They don't want to see the big 3 win.
Give yourself a
So that's why for me, being a part of the black media, our responsibility as black media, anytime Caitlin Clark's name come up, we bring Ice Cube and the big 3 up. Fuck them white companies. We're going to support a black-owned company. We're not going to let the NBA kill Ice Cube's big 3.
Man.
Support black business.
So they won't be able to, because they're actually, put it this way. I understand that the WNBA, the NBA, they're not going to do anything that promotes the big 3 just because they have no benefit from it. It's just sort of like the reason why a lot of people won't even play commercials. They won't even allow you to come on a daytime show with a shirt showing a brand if they're not getting paid for it. So that's how it works. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're not competing as far as necessarily at the same time or with the same product. I mean, it's a different thing. And
Nice guy. Competing, it's one thing to compete, but it's a whole nother thing to undermine. If you are the NBA and you tell sponsors like Gatorade, look, if y'all promote with the big 3, we're going to drop all of our promotion agreements. That's undermining.
And I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's what they do.
Okay.
But there's other.
Well, wait a minute. If I can say something right quick. I disagree with even bringing the big 3 into this. She's a female. You cannot mix women and men together in sports. I don't even know how the big 3 came up.
On the big 3, Lisa Leslie is the coach on the big 3. They got women
she's
teams.
A coach.
They got women teams. The big 3 has women teams.
You say they got women teams.
They have women teams.
Yeah, so they have women teams over there.
So now what you gonna say? Big cuz? Hey, I stand corrected.
Hey, everybody stand with me. 1, 2, 3. Block Big Cuz. I love you, my nigga. Come on, wake up over here. you some
we
coffee,
gotta
brother.
support black business. Ice Cube is doing one of the biggest things, and we ain't gonna miss it unless it's gone. We gonna be like, damn, remember Ice Cube tried just like the Negro Baseball League. What happened to the Negro Baseball League? Then white
Okay, can
folks
I ask a
started the
question?
Yankees,
Damn, Floyd X, you
Can I
are
ask a
on
question?
fire.
So
huh?
now, I just want to understand, Floyd, uh, Mr. X, what you're saying that if we let a so-called white woman into the big three, that disrupts the black business thing or whatever.
No, that'll help
No,
it.
it don't disrupt. What you mean?
That would actually help it.
Well,
Oh man.
we
Exactly.
say
It
put.
helps. It helps.
That'll actually help. But can we go on to the next subject, though?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So my
The
point is
niggas
that
is arguing and then asking questions about the arguments. Like, wait, hold on.
Yeah,
We
can we
going
go
too
to the
far.
next
Like,
subject, though, y'all? Come on,
so
y'all.
so just to tie it up, the bottom line is that the whole thing about pay equity was that that it's not just a function of the salary that they make at the WNBA. The way that they have to sort of like balance it out is with the endorsements, and that's kind of what she's doing. So, but the next issue that we're going to talk about is the Not So Good Times, the animated show. We addressed this before, but Floyd X, I thought it was Big Cuz, but I think it's you. Do you got something this that sort of like background thing that's playing? Hold on a second, let me mute it. Yeah, exactly was you. So unmute yourself when you got something to say. But the Not So Good Times are animated. So we were talking about it just because of the uproar it was, as far as messing with an iconic show, the Good Times was, and then we heard what the show was, how their take on it was going to be, and we weren't cool with it. And the reason why we're doubling back to it, some of us have actually seen it. And I will say this: I watched the first episode. I thought it was bad. I mean, I just thought it was not good, and it did make me laugh like maybe once or twice. I mean, there was definitely one good laugh in that show, but my overall experience was that it was bad. But I told the Focus Up family, I said, look, I need to watch a second and maybe a third episode before I can really offer a responsible opinion. And I finally got around to watching the second episode last night, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the second episode was hilarious. It was hilarious. And the third episode was very funny too, but it was also very political. It had a lot to say. So I'm just saying that if you don't see it, you don't really have the proper context to address it. I understand that there's
Let
things
me
about it that we don't like. Go ahead. What were you gonna
let,
say?
let me ask you this, Mr. Nice Guy. Was it funny enough? Does it overcome the idea that this is like a third generation still living in the same, the Cabrini Green projects, which has been destroyed and demolished, doesn't exist anymore? Does it add context? Is it that it's funny enough to watch, knowing that the true historic history of it?
Yep. In fact, they leaned into the history of the first show, and that contributed to what I thought was bad about it. But when they went on to the second show and the third show, it was an island unto itself. I mean, I understand that you look at the fact, you see the setting, it's reminiscent, it's the actual apartment. But I mean, it's its own story, it's its own cast, its own people. It's
wait,
really
hold on.
disconnected.
I never saw the show, but guess who are vehemently, I hope I said that right, opposed to the show? Thelma, still alive. JJ, still alive. John Amos, he a little out of his mind, but he against it. And Michael. They all are opposed to the show. They say it's making a mockery of their historic black show.
Walk. No
What up?
BS. I heard that JJ said this show is not dynamite.
I thought
Exactly.
you were gonna say something serious.
Exactly. Me too. But real talk. But yeah, it's a total mockery. I saw when they had gunshots from project building to project building, like on a fucking 20th floor.
That's some
How is
dumb
that
shit.
helping black people in any type of way? I
That's some
remember
dumb
with
shit.
Good Times, we used to see a positive message. JJ Pops found a bag of money and he turned it back in. He was showing like you got to have more character and not no baby drug dealer, a baby in a crib drug dealer. Come on, bro. That ain't. I
Hey,
don't have to see the show. And guess what? I will never watch the show ever in life.
Hey, let's not act like John Amos left the show because of the super cooning that was actually done on Good Times. Let's not give it a total free pass. We understand that the JJ character was an absolute coon pretty much the whole time. So I mean,
Some people,
Exactly.
No, let's not be too
JJ
confused
was
about that.
JJ was trying to talk to chicks. A good black role model. I'm this. I'm talking.
Anyways, but like I was saying,
What
I'm
you
just
saying, Mr. Nice Guy? Look, Mr. Nice Guy. This is where you're failing at, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You say he left the show because of the Cooning. Look, he wasn't trying to leave the show because of Cooning. He was trying to get the Caucasians who had the power to adjust the show, make it more black orientated, more realistic.
and they
And that's
didn't. They
because
didn't.
and so they killed him. They killed him off.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, and I'm not, and I'm giving him all the props in a row. But my point
No,
is that they
you're not.
didn't. They
Yes, he
didn't.
You
Didn't
can't
is.
do
sound
that,
like it.
dude.
Yes.
Didn't sound
Thumbs
like
up,
it.
nice guy.
Thank
Thumbs
you.
up.
Yeah, I'm saying that they didn't because he stayed on the
Block
show and
Tony Boyd. Nah.
he got even
Yeah, one,
he even got
two,
more
three.
he even got
Block.
he even got more ridiculous over time. So I'm just saying it. Look, I'm not knocking the show. I love the show,
But the
and
reality of the show, man.
this is my point. First of all, there's
A
black
baby with a gun.
there's stories. Stewie's got all type of guns. When we do something, it's this big political thing. When white people do stuff, it's just white people doing stuff. I understand when you say that you don't want that visual of us because you especially don't want that to be the only representation of us. I completely get that, but I mean, again, this is a story that's an island unto itself. It's a cast of characters,
Okay,
an island
but
unto
to
itself.
piggyback on what Mr. Nice Guy said, you have to look at when the Good Times show was on. That was during black exploitation. You guys understand what I'm saying with that? There was a role that so-called people that look like us on this panel right now. There was a role that
But it
Hollywood
was post black
made us
exploitation.
portray.
It was post black exploitation, and they came up with a
No,
more
no, no.
realistic
It
role.
was not. I mean, no. If you're looking at times, it was doing black exploitation.
Exploitation.
Well, look. Let's be very clear about something. John Amos's character was an extremely strong black male figure. I
That's
mean,
He
right.
was.
when you talk about Michael was talking about Farrakhan on this show. So let's not act like they were. Florida Evans was the epitome of a strong black mother. I mean, they had some elements on there that were absolutely positive and great. I mean, again, I'm not knocking the show. It was an intelligent show, but I'm just saying, let's not act like JJ, who was the star of the show, wasn't an absolute clown. I mean, and
He wasn't.
sorry,
What are you talking about?
What'd you say?
JJ was a painter, trying to make it as a painter, had a few shows and people supported him from the hood. Remember, Sweet Daddy used to support, like give him money. Drug dealers used to give the brothers that's trying to make it money. They would help out. But that was a positive way just to show
Wait,
like
wait. So you saying
wait,
JJ wasn't a clown?
hold on. But see, they were showing it was more than just like, yeah, I'm a drug dealing baby, or yeah, put your foot in it, and then she's literally putting her foot in the pot and say, yeah, dang, that ain't what this is, bro. That was never what Good Times was about. Good
No,
Times was
but
a
hey,
real show.
but check it out. Somebody just put up a comment that Good Time was soft tap dancing, which is what I just said.
Had some
It was
soft top.
black
A family living
exploitation.
in the
Somebody
projects
just put it up.
Hey, shout out to
in
Born
a
Alive. We all know
2-bedroom
who that is.
apartment.
We
JJ Michael sleeping on the pull out couch. The
again,
girl gets the
JJ.
room.
Hey, JJ
That's
was
real life.
hey, it's real life, but JJ was a clown, and he was actually a coon character. I mean, I'm just come on, I'm just
How?
huh?
Give me an example.
Hey,
Dynamite.
I mean,
but you know what though? One other thing. Do me a favor, please. Block Jason.
I got you, man. Yeah. So, anyways, oh man, hey, that was a good one right there. But yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of positive elements about it, and look, everything doesn't have to be a best example of us. We have the Cosby Show. Here, let me do this. check this out. We have the Cosby Show, which was a great example of a beautiful black family. You know, a doctor and a lawyer, and you know what I'm saying, living in upper middle class or whatever you want to say about it. I mean, the bottom line is you had an example of this shining black family, and we can't even watch this on TV now because the actor behind it got into some real bad, terrible things. And I'm just saying that you can look at things on an island and just appreciate the art for it is. And on that same note, I'm just telling you, if you watch episode 2, watch episode 3. I don't know what's going on after that. I haven't seen it. I'm just saying that there's a lane for this. And for all of these people that are putting they're putting their nose up about this. I wonder what your take was on the Boondocks, because I feel like the Boondocks was like a terrible. Oh, we're gonna talk about what Born Law just said, but I think that Boondocks was a terrible example of black people. I felt like that every single character on that show was a bad example of black people, except for the one kid Huey. So but yeah, now put that Born Law comment on. Let's talk about that. That's a very interesting take. He said he thinks Florida was the real villain. She always hindered the family from coming up with some half-assed Christian moral code. Now, this is a legitimate tact on it. He's talking about the fact that I mean, definitely when you talk about the white Jesus episode, that's a legitimate position to take. I'm not going to touch that because we understand that
Yeah, yeah,
religion.
because Jesus was not white.
Well, that's not the point. I'm saying that
I
we
know,
know
no, but I'm
we,
gonna let
we
you go.
understand.
Go ahead, do your thing.
We know that religion has been used against and to keep black people down. It's actually been used to keep people down, and period. So we're not saying that there isn't truth behind what the religion is based on. We're just talking about the institutions that are crafted out of the religious history that that have been used to oppress black people, and that there probably was a showcase of a lot of those things on that show. What's up?
To call her a villain is extreme.
It's an extreme for me, but coming from where he believes, and you talk about he's a 5%er, this logic, they believe that most of this religion is basically oppressed us.
Well, actually, really, nice guy. One second. I think this is probably a segue, a next topic for next week's show. Religion.
All right, thank you, Mr. Showrunner. Thank you, Mr. Showrunner. We appreciate your input.
Hey, I'm just thinking we're out of time.
Yeah,
we're out of time.
We actually
But
are.
listen, before we go, Mr. Big Cuz, you got any last words to say?
Hey, man.